Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you. It's a Tuesday. Matt Fargo in the show. We'll be talking Thursday night NFL Rams and San Francisco. But before we get to that, you know how we start the show. Like, share, subscribe, notification bells on so you know each and every day we come at you with a free pick video. Yesterday we did a little MLB playoff preview little show there. We talked about some playoff stuff, but college football, NFL, soon to be NBA and college hoops and all the other good stuff coming to the channel. We got the Legends show with Chip Chirimbis and the crew on the weekends. Friday Football Live, Matt Fargo, myself, Mark Lawrence, live 1 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss out on that. Again, hit the like, hit the share, notification bell on. You don't want to miss out on a single free pick video. Now, the free picks are great. We want to win them all. We're plus money in college football. We're plus money in Major League Baseball. We're down a little bit here in the NFL. We'll get to that shortly. We'll get back on track there. Speaking of, I mentioned the winning season in baseball here. We did the show yesterday for the playoffs starting here on Tuesday. I'm sure Matt's got something up. He's number one in MLB. I think I'm number 3. Baseball playoff special, just $119 if you want to get on board through the World Series. That's all the MLB you can handle. $119, any capper. All through the World Series until the champion is crowned, as I say. Also, NFL All Access is up again. It's about close to about $40 a week now. You missed a great deal, $25. If you want to do NFL All Access, wonderful. But honestly, the 30-day package, 30-day package are guaranteed. Get the 30-day. It's guaranteed, and it's all sports. You want baseball? Baseball's in there. You want NFL, NBA, hockey, college hoops, whatever's on the agenda, the 30-day all-sport pass is the way to go, I think, value-wise, because it's all-inclusive with all sports, and it's guaranteed to show you a profit or we credit you back there. So you see the leaderboards. You see how we do. 30 days, you're going to make money with no matter who you join up with here at gamblersworld.net. Now, Matt, my guy, we'll take just 2 minutes for you to say your little piece about the playoffs coming. I know you're excited about Toronto. And anything you want to allude to over the weekend of NFL or college, I kind of jumped at you. But we're not going to go into crazy rants today because we'll probably get into a little mini rant here on the Rams and Niners anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, looking forward to the baseball playoffs. The package you mentioned, great deal. Probably equates to about a month of games. So, yeah, great deal for that. Yeah, looking forward to the playoffs. Some great matchups after some great collapses the final weekend. Mets fans, I feel bad. I feel bad. Have the best record through mid-June, I think it was, and then just the epic collapse. And see with the Tigers, the Tigers got in, but, what they have, a 15.5 game lead, squandered, I think the biggest in the history of blow leads. So, yeah, looking forward to action all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday. The football weekend, had a great weekend from a pick standpoint, 14-4 Friday through Monday.
Oh.
So that was great. After a few ups and downs the first few weeks, once we get to know these teams, and I think we're doing pretty good now. But this NFL Sunday was just kind of brutal. Like it was just ugly football all around. Injuries again, and it's like, I don't know. The Giants need to do something with that stadium turf. It's been brought up many times. And as a Giants fan, it kind of stinks that Neighbors is out for the season. Just a bad injury, after they got a little bit of a spark with Jackson Dart at quarterback. And just these quarterbacks just going down like flies, it seems like.
14-4 weekend for you, huh? How about I start out 7-1 in college football and I end up 9-10.
Oof.
That's how my
yeah.
I did wind up with Denver last night, so I did end up with having a winner to close out the but it was a little bit of a losing week for me. Well, back at it, we'll be all right. I'm still kind of where I was early with baseball, but I'm not stressing. I'm ready for week 5 and 6 here with the NFL and college football. Speaking of which, it kicks off this Thursday night here. Rams and San Fran, a little NFC West battle. 3.5 was the number. Hello, 5.5 because Brock Purdy out again. Niners may be kicking themselves for giving this guy an extension. The injury bug rearing its ugly head for the second year in a row in San Francisco. I got to tell you, as a guy who had a Rams not to make a playoff ticket, I'm definitely worried because the Niners don't look good. Stafford looks healthy, and that was kind of why I did it. I was like, you know what? This guy gets banged up. Are they going to win some games? I think they're going to win some games here. So I'm going to mark that down as a loser. Arizona's been what Arizona is. You never know what you're getting with Murray. Seattle is an interesting. Are they real or are they not real? We kind of don't know about them. They played that tough game versus San Fran early. I got to tell you, Mac Jones, I'm a Mac Jones guy. And we've talked about this before. I told you we'd get into a rant here. We're going to rant about these young quarterbacks. Starts in New England, a bunch of different coordinators, including a special teams, then a defensive coach. He goes down to Jacksonville. The backup Trevor Lawrence gets some play there. Now he's back to where the original team thought they were going to draft him, and then they switch up and go Trey Lance. He gets a start. I like – listen, 3.5, I'm like, all right, I could see the Rams winning here. You know, that would be – I'd look at a home team. It's a 3.5 to try to entice me with that hook. I see 5.5 with a guy in Mac Jones. He has won games in the NFL. He's won games. He's with a decent offensive coach. He's still got McCaffrey. I know Purcell's not Debo and stuff like that. I know there's personnel changes there. I think he's in a nice system. And at 5.5 on a short week, it's going to be a limited playbook anyway. I think that's you're giving a limited playbook to a guy who's won games in the NFL. This isn't some scrub guy off the bench who's been a backup for 5 years. This guy's a starter. I think he's had some bad luck being in some coaching situations. You want to give me 5.5 on a short week with the Rams off of kind of a big win themselves, beating the Colts after the horrendous way they went down to Philly? Not that it's a flat spot when you're playing a rival, but Niners, I think, kind of being a little more desperation mode like the Rams were last week. I haven't taken a 5.5 yet. I just might, though, make it a premium.
I agree with you. When Mac Jones was in New England, he got hooked back up, reunited with Bill O'Brien for his offensive coordinator. And when that happened, I thought they would prosper pretty good. But that franchise was just kind of messed up at the time, so it just didn't work out. I don't think he's that much of a downgrade from Brock Purdy, to be honest with you.
I agree.
I mean, he's looked good as the 2 games he played. He had threw that one bad interception against Arizona, but other than that, I think he's been pretty solid. And the concern is, Pearsall and Juwan Johnson, if they're going to play. I don't think they practiced yesterday again. They both were active last week, and the short week could be an issue. I think they'll both probably go. But yeah, seeing a 2-point jump from Purdy to Mac Jones, I think is too much in my opinion. And the Rams is kind of funny. They had that win in Philly locked up. Well, not locked up. They had to make the field goal, but it was just a bad break there. But then it kind of reversed itself last week where they got the good break. They had that fluke fumble for the Colts, and then Atwell got that. I think it was Atwell or whatever his name is. Got the long touchdown, so they got the cover. So, you look at these teams' numbers early on. I know this is a really short sample size still, but they're within 20 yards of each other on offense. They're dead even in defense. I think the 5.5 is too much here, and I'm with you.
He's got 4 touchdowns in his limited action. 53 of 80, 66% completion, 560 yards, 7 yards per attempt. Not bad for what it is here. Now, Jennings with the ankle.
He's got the better passer rating than Purdy. And I granted, it was against New Orleans and against Arizona. I get that. But you still have to perform no matter who you're playing against.
We've seen guys come in and kind of steal a game as backups. Gardner Minshew comes to mind. A guy who comes in out of the blue. He threw 22 touchdowns as a rookie with 3,800 yards, and then all downhill when they start switching up coordinators. It really comes down to, like you said, Purcell's knee, Jennings with the ankle. how good are they to go? And it's football. Is anybody ever 100%? No. But when you got wide receivers, you need your knees and ankles. I don't know. That's just me as an old guy thinking like, I kind of want my guy to be able to run a little bit if he's a wide receiver, But again, 5.5. I'm going to make it an official show pick because I'm pretty close to making him as a premium pick as well. And as I was saying, NFL here we are 9-13 with our picks. Not the best. Minus 540. I'm going to blame Doug for that because he wanted to do a money line minus 150 on Kansas City the other day, minus a 150. I'm like, what are we doing, Doug? Just lay the 3 here with Kansas City. Or no, excuse me. You know what? That's a mistake. That was the Georgia game. I'm talking Georgia minus the 150 Georgia. So excuse me for that. Excuse me. That was Georgia and college football. 9-13 minus 540 NFL. College football 12-10 plus 60. But that 150 is going to come back and bite us in the butt. He couldn't just do a ride the minus 110 or 115 on the 3 there. What are we doing? But official pick, San Fran plus 5.5. Yes, I like McVay. Yeah, I think the Rams with Stats Patford are a good team. But me and Matt agree, man. The line move based on Purdy, 2 points. I'm not buying it. Purdy was not that good last year. They got injuries again this year. 2 points. I don't think it's worth it. 5.5 official show pick here on a Tuesday. Again, this is a little early. You thought he's at, day or two ahead of time you get to watch them. In this case, it's a baseball Tuesday here. We got games all day long on Tuesday, Wednesday, starting in, 1 o'clock. Take you all night long here with Major League Baseball. I love to see it. Matt, it's better than the old days where it'd be like 2 games or they'd have 3 games and then one team would play the next day. And then in case there's a rain out, there'd be like 2 games on Wednesday and a 3-game series would turn into like an 8-day affair. It was terrible. There's the baseball playoff special, 119 till a champion is crowned. Go get it if you want just MLB. Matt is number 1 with MLB on the site. No reason to mention who's 2 and 3 because you want the best guy, and he's right here on camera with us today. Even though he's a Blue Jay fan. So, hey, you don't have to worry about him being biased. Stay with the Jays. They're not even on the schedule. They got a nice bye week. There we go. Anything else you'd like to add? We the baseball package 119, NFL package about $40 a week. Again, if you're going to do the NFL season, I'm going to tell you to get the 30 days instead. I think it's just it's all sports included. That's where you want to go to be on a capper. 30-day package guaranteed. All sports included. Show you a profit or we credit you back. Anything for Tuesday, Thursday, NFL, Friday, college, Saturday, Sunday, anything for the week? What do you got going on?
Just to reiterate what you said about the 30-day, this is the time to do it. Starting next month,
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
You got NBA, college hoops, then obviously college football and NFL. Four huge sports going on, and you're going to get a lot of action. And it's a great, great deal for it. No doubt about it. Just breaking down the card still. Going to have another big college football Saturday. 11 games last Saturday, and it's shaping up to be just around there again. I think there's some great spots in the NFL. Nothing on the board yet for football, but I will have some stuff up very, very soon with college and the NFL for sure. And baseball, 2 plays Tuesday. Probably have a couple more on Wednesday, and we'll see how the situations pan out going forward.
The college football board I love. I got a lot of college football, a whole lot of college football games. NFL, I found like 5 so far. Like it's a little tougher schedule. Not a lot of good matchups, kind of an ugly, nothing really marquee-ish, kind of huge. I mean, Monday night looks all right, Kansas City and Jaguars. Everything else is kind of like home kind of games.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Kind of tough.
There's a lot of bad matchups with just quarterback situations. Like you look at almost every game, you're going to have one backup or one crappy quarterback playing. Every single game except for Denver, Philly, Tampa, Seattle, maybe.
Vegas Colts are regular quarterbacks.
Washington Chargers if Daniels comes back. Yeah, I mean, Buffalo, New England, I guess. But, just these quarterback injuries and just a lot of bad quarterback play from some of the young guys.
I got lucky on Sunday. I took the Texans at 9.5 because I was like, I had the Ravens on Sunday. I'm like, you know what? I can't see Kansas City coming in here and scoring. They haven't scored in 2.5 years. No way they're going to come in and score 30-something points this game. And they just demolished a bad – and I'm like, you know what? I'm taking the Texans. Like, granted, they're beating the Titans at the time, and it took them a second half to put some points on the board. But I was like, this Ravens defense is just absolute horror show. And then Lamar goes out, so it makes me look like I'm a genius. But
right.
The amount of injuries, and I guess they just compiled on top of each other. They're not making the playoffs this year. This is, I think, going to be
I don't think so.
And again, I like Lamar. The dude's a 3-time MVP in my eyes, even though he won twice. He did win the Writers Award. I don't. You can have a bad year. And it's not going to be like you got to be Matt Castle coming in for Brady and going 10-5 and making a play or some crap. Listen, you got guys banged up. Maybe you get another year out of Henry because you're not going to use him as much. You can use Justice Hill. You're going to have a decent, maybe top 10 kind of draft pick area. It might be better in the long run just to not give up on the season. I hate saying that. But if Lamar is that banged up, what are you rushing him back for? You lost to the Bills, you lost to the Chiefs. You're a wild card team on the road with a bad defense. I don't know. You could have beat the Chiefs at home when you were the better team. You're not going to beat these guys on the road when you're worse this year.
Yeah, you make a good point about, don't necessarily throw the towel in already, but, ride it out, see what happens, and then, come back next year. And honestly, like, even if Jackson was healthy with this defense, I don't know if they would be very good anyways. I mean, the amount of points they've allowed, and they have, 6 starters out, I think it is. So, yeah, Jackson could be 100% healthy, and they're still not going to win many games, I don't think, because
listen, I'm not saying the season is over by any stretch, but you don't know how long Jackson's going to be out. Houston's a desperate team right now, right? And I remember this game because I had them. It was 31-2 last time they played. Wasn't it like a playoff game?
Yes, it was. Yep.
You got the Rams, who are going to be a tough team. I know it's outside. I know it's Stats Patford coming to the East Coast in October, but against this defense, I mean, the Bears, Miami might be easy wins. Minnesota, maybe. I don't know who's quarterback in your team right now. I don't know. That's another conversation. We'll talk about that next week. We're not going to talk about that. We've gone from the Niners quarterback situation to the Ravens season situation here. But let's get back on track here. We're going to take the Niners plus 5.5 on Thursday night. Get the 30-day package, all sports included. Make that smart money move. Number one MLB capper right there. Who else would you want on board than Matt Fargo here for the World Series push? A 14-4 football weekend for the guy. I mean, you're kidding me. Get on board Matt Fargo today. Always. Matt Fargo. October is here. Actually, let's call it what it is. It's going to be Locktober, baby.
There we go.
Locktober. That'll be. All right. From Matt, myself, Gambler's World, Winner Circle, like buttons on the way out. We will see you next month. Locktober is here. It's just October 1st tomorrow, folks. There's not 31 days in September. Remember the song, 30 days, that's September. April, June, and November. Come on. All right. Anyway, happy Tuesday. Matt, good luck to you. We will see you tomorrow. I'll see you next month with Brian Bittler.
Good luck, everyone.